Hi, I'm Senator Nancy Jacobs. A few years ago, we had a terribly tragic event in Harford County. A young father, the father of 7 children, was killed as part of a gang initiation. He was a pastor in his church. He worked at night, driving a taxi to bring money home to support his family. And 2 young men, as part of this gang initiation, were told they had to murder somebody. And they picked Daryl Guest to do it. Not only was he murdered, his family now is just, they're devastated. This has changed their lives forever. And it happened in an area, actually it happened about 200 feet from where Bruce and I once lived. And it was a tragedy. Maryland had no gang laws. The only place in the Maryland law where gang was even mentioned was a gang fishhook in the Department of Natural Resources law. So I passed the first gang law. People had a hard time recognizing that we had a problem. Well, Michelle Guest and her children came down to Annapolis on several occasions and testified in favor of this bill. Does it do enough? No, it didn't. And that's why I was back 2 other years with more gang legislation to toughen the penalties on these young punks who kill our families, who get our children addicted to drugs, who rob people. They need to be stopped. And the only way we're going to stop them is if we put them in prison and we keep them there. And the last bill that we did, that I was a sponsor of with Senator Stone, was one that was rather extensive. It said that if a gang member committed a crime and he was ordered to do so by the leader of the gang, you could go after other gang members. And just a few weeks ago, we used that new statute for the very first time. And I am really, really pleased that I worked with other people, Democrats and Republicans, to sponsor that legislation so that we can help protect our children in our schools from these gangs. We have numerous gangs in the state. We have probably 14 or 15 gangs here in Harford County or Cecil County alone. And we need to stop them. And it's because of people like Michelle Guest that we were able to do that. It's terrible to have lost a husband and a father. And she has become a wonderful spokesperson on behalf of victims. She's been to Washington and testified there too. So what was meant for evil, she has turned around and has turned it into good in the families around this country, in this state, with the work that she is doing to prevent gangs from spreading in our neighborhoods.